What's up, gamers? RJ Game News USA here, and today I want to make a quick short video about the Nintendo Switch 2. Of course, I've been beating it over your head with a hammer for all week long about the Switch 2, but clearly my prediction that it would be a huge success was completely just justified because it is the biggest console launch of all time, and that's not all. They were able to do two great things, because not only are they the biggest console launch of all time, they had adequate supply. Who could have fucking seen that coming? Adequate supply and the greatest console launch of all time. Gee, it's almost like Nintendo knew millions and millions of people were wanting to buy their console, so they actually put out the right amount of supply. PlayStation, take some notes on this, because in 2020, PlayStation, in particular, Xbox had this issue for a little while too, but mostly PlayStation, had an issue for years where their shit was getting scalped, and then sold off later for double, triple the price, and it was obnoxious. I couldn't get a PlayStation 5 at launch. The Switch 2 was a breeze. I got mine pre-ordered that night when pre-orders dropped. And even if I didn't pre-order, there was plenty of stock available when the midnight launches happened, when morning launches happened, even the day after in some stores. Switch 2's all over the place, and more stock incoming as well. So if you are looking for a Switch 2, it's pretty readily available. And that means some of the commentary community around gaming has tried to frame it as though, oh no, the Switch 2 is not selling out like the PS5 did. Well, first of all, the Switch 2 got more supply. That's why it actually is outselling the PS5. But then those same commentary gaming people, or others, will say, well, you see, you shouldn't hold it against the PlayStation. It was during a pandemic, and they couldn't get the proper supply. Dude, if everybody knew it was a pandemic, why did you launch during the pandemic then? You stepped into the dog shit, right? Or no, they just didn't care. They didn't care who bought their fucking console. They didn't care if some Indian bought like fucking 500 units and then sold it double, triple the price out of the trunk of their car like it's a drug deal. Meanwhile, some mother of four couldn't find the console or properly afford it for their kids for Christmas. PlayStation didn't give two shits. And you could say, well, Nintendo doesn't give two shits about its customers. You're right, but they're at least smarter because they produced more consoles for more sales for more people to buy them. So I am happy to see the scalpers were defeated. Nintendo sold a shitload of units when people were bitching about the Switch 2. Oh, drop the price, drop the price. Meanwhile, all of their competition is more expensive. The Steam Deck's more expensive, especially if you want to do a setup like the Switch 2. The ROG Ally is more expensive. The Xbox is more expensive. The PlayStation is more expensive. But Nintendo's the asshole for coming out at $450 for a console. A console that is the sequel to basically what will become the greatest selling console of all time, the Switch 1. So next time, people like Dreamcast Guy or whoever should think before they speak, because you are entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts. And you should acknowledge when you're wrong, because you were wrong. Now, I've gone on record and say the Xbox ROG Ally is going to fail, and if I'm wrong, I will admit I was wrong. But I'm rarely wrong about what consoles hit or miss, at least since I've been on the platform, which hasn't been too long. But at the end of the day, the customer did vote with their wallets. You could you could cry your little boycotts all day, left and right. Well, mommy, Mario Kart is $80. The Switch 2 is $450. Well, and then a lot of these same motherfuckers bought the console, booted it up, tried to act like they hate it, and then turn around and play it for 4 fucking days straight. So, which is it? Did Nintendo grift you guys, or are you grifting an audience? Because it's got to be one or the other, right? Maybe it's both. I don't know. But it's not neither. I know that. It's not neither. Okay? So either you're liars or you're disingenuous. So pick one. Or you're stupid. Anyway. So yeah, very happy to see, then you have the people, before I get to the very happy to see part, then you have people who say, well, console market is dying, the home console market is dying. It's only dying for one company. It's dying for Xbox because they're moving in a different direction. PlayStation is 1.8% behind the PS4. Okay? It's not that far. The Switch 2 just had the most successful console launch of all time. So, not bad, right? Not bad at all. But anyway, what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Are you happy Nintendo defeated the scalpers, properly spanked PlayStation's ass, showing them how you actually launch a console where scalpers don't eat them all up? And are you happy to see the gaming commentary community just cry, bitch, and moan that their little boycotts don't work, meanwhile they buy the console themselves? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and sub. I'm out. See y'all later.